Hi, my name is Kirby, and today I'm going to explain to you the 4 schedules of reinforcement. A schedule of reinforcement is a set rule for how often an organism will be rewarded for performing a certain behavior. The definition is simple enough. The tricky part is knowing the difference between each one. As mentioned before, there are 4 schedules of reinforcement: fixed interval, fixed ratio, variable interval, and variable ratio. Let's start with fixed interval. A fixed interval schedule happens when a behavior is reinforced at a specific time. Daily rewards in mobile games are an excellent example of this, as you are given rewards after exactly 24 hours have passed. A fixed ratio schedule happens when behavior is reinforced after a specific number of responses. The easiest example I can think of is getting 100 coins in a Mario game, as doing that will typically grant you an extra life. A variable interval schedule happens when behavior is reinforced after varying periods of time. A good example of this is whale watching. You set sail in hopes of snapping a sweet whale photo, but you don't actually know when they will show up. Another example is scrolling through social media. Whether it be YouTube, Instagram, or Twitter, you constantly check your feed with the hope of seeing if your favorite celebrity or friend has decided to post something.
Alert! The enemy has taken our intelligence.
A variable ratio schedule happens when a behavior is reinforced after a varying number of responses. Slot machines, loot boxes, claw machines, any form of gambling are great examples of a variable ratio schedule, as you never know which specific response will give you the desired result. I know that was a lot to take in, and you're probably wondering how you can remember all of this. Aside from the examples I just gave you, another great way to remember the schedules of reinforcement is by analyzing the word choice for each schedule. The word ratio is used in schedules that involve reinforcement after a number of responses. So think of it like this. A ratio is typically used as a function in math, or if you want a more modern example, the kind of ratio that you would get on Twitter. In other words, the word ratio is typically associated with numbers, aka the number of responses. The word interval means a period of time between events or states. Time, as in the amount of time it will take to reinforce a behavior. This principle can also be applied to the words at the beginning. If we have a fixed schedule, then we know that the reinforcement happens at a set time or set number of responses. If we have a variable schedule, our reinforcement will happen at varying periods of time and responses. I hope this video helped you get a better understanding of the 4 schedules of reinforcement. If you're still confused, feel free to ask your psychology teacher for assistance. My name is Kirby, and I'll see you next time.